Hi, I'm Michael Raparez for Ubiblog, and I'm joined by Jason Vandenberghe, Creative Director of For Honor. How are you doing today, Jason?
I'm doing great.
This is the first time that the campaign of For Honor is being shown off. How does it feel? What kind of a reaction have you seen so far?
It's super exciting to finally be able to say, here's the world, right, and here's the space. Because last year when we did our multiplayer, the multiplayer reveal, right, the big question was always like, why? Like, why are we fighting? Why are these three crazy factions getting together, right? And so it's been great. It's just such a relief to finally be able to say, here's the start of our tale. So far, people are playing the demo and they're walking away going, whoa. Talking about the emotional experience and you get knighted in the no spoilers, but you get knighted in this mission that you play, and the feeling of this backstory of 1,000 years of war and this idea that they've kind of forgotten why they were fighting. They're kind of so that feeling has been I think it's sort of caught the imagination of people at least.
Are we going to play as all three factions
Indeed.
in the storyline?
Yep, we'll play as all three. So we're going to play them. We'll go Knights, Vikings, Samurai, right? We play all three. So you'll change characters. Each one has kind of a main hero that you'll play, and in each case, these main characters, you get to customize that character. So you can play as male or female. You can upgrade your gear. You can do all that stuff. And then there's other sort of like speaking characters around that are telling the story.
Now we saw a little bit of the villain Apollyon.
Yes.
What can you tell us about her?
So Apollyon, she's the leader, sort of the warlord of the Blackstone Legion, and Apollyon appears to be someone who is attempting to just defeat the enemies and unite the knights, but in fact she is much more interested in continuing the war than maybe ending it. Right? That she believes that the world is divided into wolves and sheep, and that the wolves have a right to prey on the sheep, right? And she's setting about to set the world into that image, right?
It seems like there are a bunch of new gameplay systems in the campaign that we didn't see last year, like the revenge stuff. Was that in last year's demo? Or?
It was not in last year's demo, although we had the first pieces of that. What you're actually seeing is just an evolution of the core system. That revenge system that you're seeing, that piece, right, is actually, it also works in multiplayer. It's a lot of fun. You'll see that in the next alpha that we do, right? So we'll get a chance to try that out. The way that revenge works is that as you block and defend yourself, your revenge meter fills up, and then when you trigger it, for a while you're uninterruptible, and so you can take hits and swing right through the hits, and so it's really useful in those 2v1 situations, right? Where you're doing a lot of blocking, so your meter will fill right up, and then you can counter it, right? So most of the mechanics that you're seeing here in the single player campaign also have translations in the multiplayer game. We really want to keep that core as close as possible to each other, right? In some cases there's some differences, but we really want that campaign to be the entryway into the multiplayer game. If that's what you want to do. If you want to keep playing after you finish the campaign in a multiplayer, you're welcome to do it.
How do you see the two-player split screen affecting the campaign playthrough? Like, does that affect your playstyle when you've got a partner along?
Yeah, it makes a lot of things a lot simpler, right? It makes it easy to kind of handle multiple opponents, and it makes it more complicated. And so we can adjust the AI in that situation to make the AIs fight a little bit harder, and add a few more here and there, and kind of balance it out, right? Try to keep the experience as core as possible, because the whole game has been built around a kind of a multiplayer environment, right? So it's kind of a natural fit. It's not difficult for us to add that, right? It kind of fits in naturally, right? All the mechanics are already built for fighting alongside someone else.
We were winning. We just needed to push.
But when does For Honor come out?
It comes out on Valentine's Day next year. It's February 14th. I think it's the ideal. I love it. It's the perfect Valentine's Day present.